All right, we're looking forward to this. Crowder on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Mario Chalmers. Actually, Solana's probably been looking forward to this more than us. This
Yes,
is
he has.
favorite Heat player of
I love
all
Mario.
time. Mario Chalmers, Miami Heat legend. He's a March Madness legend, to be quite honest.
Kansas.
Mario Chalmers, that's right, Kansas. Mario Chalmers here, courtesy of Bet Online. Check out Bet Online for the most up-to-date game lines, futures, props for the upcoming NCAA men's tournament. And Rio is with us. So, Mario, like we all know what you did with the Heat and the 2 NBA championships. And I imagine, as Crowder just said, Kansas, most hoops fans probably know you hit the three with 2 seconds left. You send the game to overtime. You go and follow it up there with a championship. Where are you more a hero, Mario, in Miami or in Kansas?
I say Kansas, just because in Miami I won those championships with Bron and D Wade, and I think people like them a little bit more out there.
Not Solana, not our producer.
Not everybody, Rio. Not everybody. Some of us know the true GOAT.
Appreciate
it. And Rio, but on that, where's the most fun you had playing basketball? Not the most success, 2 NBA championships, I know, but the most enjoyable basketball you've played.
The most enjoyable, I'll probably say Memphis. The year I got hurt, the year I tore my Achilles. I think that was the year where, I was really kind of coming into my own, kind of had my own team when Mike Conley went down. So I was kind of able to be a leader of the team and had guys that wasn't as ball dominant. So I got to show exactly what more I could do.
That's wild. I did not expect that. In my mind, the answer was either going to be Miami or Kansas, and the answer is Memphis. That's pretty wild to me. But you, Mario Chalmers, you love basketball, right? Because you don't have to be playing. Like you like. I saw a picture of you on Twitter. I think it was Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. And you're still out playing and traveling and playing overseas. Like, you just love the game of basketball, no?
I do love the game of basketball. While my bones and body still work, I might as well, still put them to use while I can.
And speaking of that, because you love basketball, you're still actually playing. I got to bring you back down. We're in Miami, Mario. Please explain to me what Udonis Haslem is doing for this team. Because I love UD, bro. I'm a Gator. Like I was right behind UD coming out of Gainesville. But right now, bro, he doesn't play. He's just down on the end of the bench. Please explain to me what people try to explain to me. What's UD doing for this team?
I mean, you said it. You know UD. He's from Florida. He's from Miami. He's the heart and soul of the Miami Heat. When you think of the Heat culture, you think of D Wade. You think of UD. So what he's doing for the team is, he's that voice. He's that voice of reason between the players and the coaches, trying to keep everything going, trying to keep everything right, keep everything on the same chord, and, still keep the young guys and the guys that's on the team involved in that culture and let them know what, the Miami Heat culture is really about.
You were there for a 10-day contract last season. I thought it was a shanda that Eric Spoelstra didn't give you any minutes, but you were able to bring in that veteran Heat lifer voice for the huddle a little bit. When you did get that 10-day contract last season, though, what are the traits that I think Eric Spoelstra is a Hall of Fame coach. I think he will be enshrined in the Hall of Fame, and I love him. One of his traits, though, that drives me a little bit crazy is that I think he's stubborn. Do you think it was something stubborn that didn't allow you to get a single minute on the court when they brought you in?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. Like you said, I'm still confused by that. I wish I could get an answer myself, but, I was still grateful for the opportunity. It might have been stubborn. It might have been just me not being in the game plan. I mean, I don't know. You never know what's going through a coach's mind.
But you're Mario Chalmers. Like that was the part that drove me crazy. Like you are, I think you're being humble when you say, oh, LeBron was on the team and Dwayne Wade was on the team. Yes, they were. but you were a key component of our enjoyment during those seasons. And so I don't know. I thought it was very confusing. And Solana and Crowder can attest to it. I was on the air. I was complaining about it constantly because I thought it was confusing that you were on the team. Were you asking him for minutes, or did you just say to yourself, "Hey, it's a coach's decision, and he puts me in. He puts me in. If he doesn't, he doesn't."
I did ask. Me being a player that I am, I definitely wanted to ask to see what's going on, and the answer I got was in a couple games, the blowouts that we did have when I was on my 10-day, they said that Spo didn't want to disrespect me and play me in the end of a blowout. And I told him I don't care about that. I just want to play. I want to show people I can still play this game and I'm still good. So that was the word I got on that part. Other than that, who knows? It's tough to tell.
And you were in the locker room. I know you didn't get to play on the court with him, but a lot of Heat Nation now, they've fallen in love with Jimmy Butler and some of the things he's been able to do. I mean, you played alongside some of the greatest to ever wear the Heat jersey: LeBron, Bosh, Wade. What was it like to share that locker room with Jimmy Butler? Did you get a sense of his competitive nature that everybody talks about?
Definitely. I mean, but I've known that since Jimmy was at Chicago, just the early battles we had when I was still playing. He was with the Bulls, so I knew how competitive he was. It was just good to see, all the hard work he put in to go from his situation to being one of the stars in the league, and for him to show that he put in that much work and that much time and effort. It's just good to see, and that he does command the locker room. Everybody knows what Jimmy's going to bring in and then bring on the court every night.
Mario Chalmers is with us, courtesy of Bet Online. Check out Bet Online for the most up-to-date game lines and futures and props for the NCAA men's tournament. I imagine during March Madness, if you go to Kansas, you never have to pay for your own meal. You probably can't go anywhere without being asked for a picture or autographs. Like, do you make it a point to get to Kansas this time of year?
It used to be like that. Now I think Kansas sees me so much. My son lives there, my daughter lives there, so I'm always in Kansas doing something with the school or doing something with the players out there. So I think I'm more of a familiar face now, so I think they kind of expect to see me out there more now.
And Mario, was Hawk talked about earlier how much you love basketball, bro. You're still playing. When is Mario Chalmers stop bouncing a basketball, stop training, stop working out? Because, bro, you got drafted in 2008 and you're still out there on the court competing. When does it end?
I don't know. I thought I was done last year, the year before that, but opportunities keep presenting themselves, and if the opportunity can present itself and I like it, I'm gonna take it. And until them opportunities stop, I think that's when I'll finally hang it up.
But it's like me. It's like me with women, Rio. They always throwing themselves at me. I say no sometimes.
Stop it! You're a happily married man. How dare you? How dare you?
I definitely told some teams no and some countries no before, so it's definitely a pick and choose moment for me right now.
But are you one of those guys that just you love basketball so much? Like, are you, if you're not playing, are you watching a game on TV? Are you watching on Thursday when the tournament really kicks off? Are you in front of a TV at noon? Like, you just want basketball all day, all night?
No, I'm not that bad, but I'm definitely tuned in for the big basketball moments, the tournaments, the playoffs, championship, big NBA games, big NCAA games. And I think that's just more because of my kids. I think, they keep my love for the game going because they're both playing. And, they ask me questions all the time of basketball stuff. So it's good to know what's going on right now so I can tell them and help them out as their careers are starting.
Rio, I follow you on social media, and I've been following you since you went out to different places in Europe to play basketball. And I know at one point you were, I guess the word would be enamored with the atmosphere, how different it is in the States as it is in Europe. It's almost like a college atmosphere where it's like a soccer game. People are chanting the whole time. And I imagine it had to have been a pretty big adjustment for you coming from a place where, in the NBA, the crowds will get hyped at certain moments. For the most part, it's just people chanting defense and let's go Heat or let's go Grizzlies. Like the atmosphere in Europe is on another level, right?
It's definitely on another level. I tell people all the time, it's like it's like a controlled riot meets a big time game. And when I say a controlled riot, I mean like they're really out there fighting and doing different things, but the cops are protecting it from everybody. Like they know it's going to be an issue, so they're just letting them figure out their issue until the game starts. And then everybody goes their separate ways, and then you hear them going back and forth during the game, and then after the game they go back to fight, and then everybody goes their separate ways. So there's definitely a different atmosphere out there, and you got to be prepared. You definitely got to look over your shoulder every now and then, but it's definitely a lot of fun just to see how into the games they are, how much they love their team.
Is there like a particular country or league or game that you can think of where you said to yourself, this is getting a little out of control? Like this was cute a second ago. This is getting out of control.
Yeah, definitely. I had a game like that in Greece. I don't remember what island we was on, but the fans started spitting. They started spitting on my coach and the referees and everything. And I just stood in the middle of the court and I was like, wow. So this couldn't be me.
But it was like normal, like that, like nobody else was like outraged by it other than you.
No, it was normal. They told me before the game that it was gonna happen. I was like, nah, y'all playing. Like, I don't believe it. And then actually sitting in the game, like it was third quarter. I just checked in. I had just hit a three. The other team got a tech for some reason, and the fans went crazy. Like all you see is spit coming from everywhere. People yelling, people running back and forth, and I'm just sitting in the middle of the court. Like everybody go to their benches, just sitting there. The referees is hiding underneath a tunnel, and you just see me in the middle of the court. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Did you ask yourself, like, what am I doing here?
I just said this could happen in the States, because in the States, I know half the team would have been in the crowd already. Like, it would have been different. So I'm just like, wow, different type of culture out here.
Yeah, we saw that in that Pistons game. Mario Chalmers is with us, courtesy of Bet Online. What about a Heat memory? I'm talking about memory overseas. Is there a particular big three Heat memory that stands out in your head, above all others?
It's a lot. Just the different things that D Wade and Bron and CB used to do, just on the court, just seeing like real Hall of Fame players. You had Ray Allen in there. It was just different to see their work ethic and the time they put in the court. Even for Ray to be at the age he was and still going hard, like he was a rookie in the league. It was just amazing to see. Like people really love this game. What you put into it is really what you're going to get out of it. And that was one thing that I just admired and loved to see, was the work that they put in and made me want to work harder.
Speaking of Ray Allen that you bring up there, everybody knows you were on the floor for arguably the biggest shot in NBA history. Game 6, the three-pointer from Ray Allen in the corner after CB gets the board and passes it out to him. Now, when you watch that video, everybody sees number 15 on the opposite corner with his hands up. With his hands up, wide open. And Rio, Heat fans want to know, were you hands up because you knew the shot was going in, or were you hands up because you were wide open?
Now that we're a couple of years later down the line, I was wide open. I wanted the shot. I wanted that shot. I think I even said something. I was like, "Good pass, good shot," but I was open too. So I probably said something like that to CP.
And you would have knocked it down too. You would have knocked it down too.
I would have definitely made it. I would even hit the rim. It would have been all net.
Have you seen that three that he hit for Kansas, Solana?
I have a Mario Chalmers KU jersey because of that shot. The greatest shot in college basketball history, Rio.
I got to sign it. If we ever cross paths, make sure you have the jersey. So
you've signed like 4 of my jerseys already, man. We're good.
I'm not kidding you.
I was gonna say, Hawk. I don't know if Mario understands that he's on phone with one of his favorite players ever with Solana.
Solana is the host of the Heat pregame show and postgame show on this radio station now, but he grew up a Heat fan, and I'm not kidding you. You are by far his favorite Heat player of all time. Like this is a bucket list moment for you, Solana, right?
It is. Rio, my brother went to college. He didn't go to KU, but he lived in Kansas for college soccer. and we became huge Jayhawk fans when you hit that shot. So then you got drafted by the Heat that next year, and man, like we went out, we bought number 6 jerseys. Like we went all in on Mario Chalmers in our household. So, you know, just watching your career was special for us because we followed you at KU. And, you know, I've always maintained you're the greatest number 6 in Heat history. But, yeah, that's an argument for another day, Rio.
Definitely argument for another day, but I definitely appreciate it. Thank you. That makes me feel good.
Next time you're in Miami, any chance you will go have dinner at the Solana household?
Just invite me. I'll pull up. I'll show up.
There you go. Invite him. We'll pull up.
Let's go, Rio.
Thanksgiving with Mario Chalmers. I mean, literally, your life would be complete. You have no idea, Mario. Mario Chalmers, who's going to win the NCAA tournament? You can say Kansas?
Yeah, you know I got to pick Kansas. I can't go against my boys, so I'm going Kansas to the end.
Yeah, it'd be, you'd make news all over the Kansas newspapers if you chose somebody else. Mario Chalmers, a true Miami Heat legend, a true March Madness legend, and he's with us today courtesy of BetOnline. Check out BetOnline for the most up-to-date game lines, futures, props, everything you need for the upcoming NCAA men's tournament. Mario, thank you for making time for us. We do appreciate it, and we love talking about those big 3 days. Like we still smile from ear to ear thinking about that era.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I still smile too. You guys bring up good memories.
There you go. Mario Chalmers. That was cool. Solana is happy as a pig in bleep, man. He got a dinner date with Mario Chalmers. I mean, that's amazing.
All right. Oh, Solana, man. They was smiling ear to ear. I enjoyed that.
I can hear Solana on the phone with him right now in the background. He's giddy. He's giving him his home address. All right.
Look at it. He's so excited. Look at
it.
You don't know what to say. Yeah, you don't know. That's all right. It's adorable. I mean, you made this is like you want a game show or something. Mario Chalmers could be a friend of yours. It'd be unbelievable.
He's not coming to your house. He just said that for the show.
I think he would.
So Hawk.
I think he would.
Mario comes down here with his children and goes to Solana's house to eat.
You know how like Chad Johnson shows up at people's houses to play FIFA, or sometimes he'll tweet out, "Hey, I'm at the McDonald's on Central Avenue in Dubuque, Iowa. You know, roll up if you want to join me for some lunch." I 100% believe that Mario Chalmers would go to Solana's house if he's in town and Solana's able to reach him.
I want this movie because it's Misery with Solana and Mario Chalmers. I gotta see this movie.
Mario Chalmers is James Caan and Solana's Kathy Bates.
Yes, he is.
That's funny, man. All
hey,
right.
just call somebody. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you.
Good on you, Solana. That was cool. That was a good moment for you, huh?
It was. No, I mean, I wasn't lying. Like, I grew up before he was even with the Heat. I loved Mario Chalmers because me and my brother were such big Jayhawk fans. And, bro, like, the guy was, to me, a legend growing up. So that was awesome.
By the way, we learned a little something about Spo during that interview.
He didn't want to say it, but he said
we learned a little something there. When I tell you he's stubborn, he's stubborn.
You know what? We gotta listen back. When you said the word stubborn, I heard Mario giggle. Like
he giggled a little bit because he knows. He knows.
Like one of those.
Love Spo. Mario should have been on the court. He said he didn't want to put him in at the end to disrespect him. It was more disrespectful to sign him to a 10-day contract and not give him a minute.
I'm with you. But
anyway.
I also see Spo's side.
All right. There you go. Mario Chalmers. That was fun. We'll take a break here. We'll come back with more Hochman and Crowder.